Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Skyforge live stream here. I am your host, Michael Dunaway, Spunky, as you may know me from the portal. I am the official North American community manager here for Skyforge. Joining me today is our content manager, Gabe Pursel. Gabe, how are you doing?
Pretty good, Michael. How are you today?
I'm doing alright. You got a little bit of mic distortion there, man. This is a very special live stream for us because this is the first live stream that we're going to be sort of showing off a little bit of the invasion content available to you in the game. Of course, invasions are available to all the players who have reached their lesser god form. That's available around 30,500 prestige. And it's a series of 3- and 5-man adventures with a sort of large culminating boss fight at the end versus the actual avatar of the invading army. So these invasions change depending on which army is invading, and they go for a couple weeks. Right now, we're having a Mechanoid invasion in the game. So we're dealing a lot with a lot of the Mechanoid style mobs and bosses. And we're kind of just trying to fight them back and keep them from landing on Aelion. That's sort of your goal, is to keep them from sort of establishing a foothold. All of the different Mechanoids that are currently on the planet, these are remnants from previous Mechanoid invasions. So they're sort of trying to all reconnect with these newly landing Mechanoids and form a more large presence on the actual planet and eventually take it over. So we as lesser gods, you know, our job is sort of to fight those guys back and prevent that from happening and get some awesome loot in the meantime. So we're going to be doing a 5-man today. These rotate depending on the day. So one of the ones available to us today is the 5-mans. Game audio here is, hold on a second here. What's up with my game audio? It was loud, now it's not. I think, let's see, let's go ahead and make sure I turn all this up. Sometimes the game likes to turn down some volumes here accidentally. There we go. Game sound's not working. All right. So joining me today is several different community members. This is a 5-man, so we do need a couple more players with us. These are all from the guild, or the Pantheon rather, Superi. We've got Dual Spiral, Valina Gale, and Amigo Machete. So thank you guys for joining us today. Really appreciate everyone coming together to form this 5-man. Now, to get us going, before we actually jump into the content, we're going to go ahead and do, as always, a giveaway. We've got several collector's editions to give away, as well as some official costumes. Today, the costume of choice is the biker costume here. It's basically what you're looking at me wearing right now. Now, it doesn't come with a headpiece. That's something that sort of comes standard with your character. But I thought it went really well with the outfit, so I wanted to put it all together. So as you can see here, this is kind of like the, I can pull it up in my menu really quickly here, just so you can get the full view of that. So this is the biker costume. That's going to be the costume of choice to give away, as well as the 5 collector's editions we have. So Gabe, to get us started here, to kick us all off, will you please go ahead and choose a random word? Let's get started here. Let's get a collector's edition given out and a costume as well.
Alright, let's make the first word biker costume. How about that?
Biker costume or biker?
Biker costume.
Biker costume, guys. So 2 words, biker costume. Going to go ahead and do that and get that going there. And so that'll be for both the costume as well as the collector's edition. We'll choose the collector's edition winner first, and then we'll go ahead and do the biker costume after that. And Gabe will read out both of those winners there. We'll wait until those winners get chosen before we actually join. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and show you the interface for joining the invasion. So invasions are content that typically you want to do after I said you get your lesser god form. In a Pantheon, if you're in a Pantheon, you're going to have several buildings that you build that will build resistance. And you'll need these different types of resistances to enter invasion content, particularly because invasion monsters and sort of types of armies, they kind of breathe and thrive in certain situations. And so for the Mechanoids, for example, you're going to be dealing a lot with cold damage, electrical damage, and some radiation as well. So in order to better resist those types of damage that you may be inflicted within the raid, you're going to want to make sure to upgrade the necessary buildings and structures within your Pantheon. There are some baseline stats that you can get as a player that's not in a Pantheon, but you will typically want to join one just to get into some of that higher end invasion content. So here we see this is the current Mechanoid invasion going on. There is this 5-man down here, as well as the 10-man for Integrator that is going to be the final stage. Unfortunately, I think during this invasion, the Integrator is not going to be present. He doesn't really feel the Immortals are up to snuff in Aelion as of yet, but in a future one, and when they keep sort of trying to push in and establish a foothold, he will eventually make an appearance himself. This Mechanoid ship here, this is actually to join in the fight against one of the invasionary ships, these large cubes here. But again, you need the necessary resistances, and right now the Immortals just don't have enough of that damage resistance from those specific cold and radiation resistances to get in there and really make a foothold. So instead, what we're doing is, instead of taking the fight to them right now, we're sort of doing our best here to get rid of and stymie any sort of beachhead, assault front that they're doing here. So right now we're doing defensive fortification. So Aelion has its own defense fortifications on the planet itself, as well as the sort of overall defense fortification that wraps around the planet. And so here we're going to be defending one of the large cannons that attacks the invasionary ships. And we're going to be defending it from different sort of landing parties, if you will, of various Mechanoids in like a wave-based scenario here. So we've got our 5-man here, we've got everybody ready, and as a rewards, we're going to get some pretty awesome things. We're going to get some points to go towards some Mechanoid sparks to use in our Mechanoid Atlas, which I'll show off in a little bit. We'll get some knowledge of the cold and radiation. You get all that stuff as well, and holy text, which you'll use for, of course, your order. Do you have those winners, Gabe?
Yes, I do. Collector's Edition winner, we have Rever Bow. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Congratulations. So there you go, won a Collector's Edition. And Tenex got the first biker costume.
All right, Tenex,
Put
good
those
job.
in chat for you.
Yeah, so we're going to type those into the chat here. Gabe, if you can, go ahead and clear the chat of those words so everybody can see who the winner is. And just to remind you, we remind you every time. If you don't remember if you're a winner or not, we will be posting these names into the actual live stream chat itself. So just remember that if you don't remember exactly whether or not your name was called, we're going to recap all of those in the official live stream announcement. If you're a costume winner, so who was the costume winner again, Gabe?
Tenex.
10x. So 10x, if you're the costume winner, or you are the costume winner, go ahead and send us a PM on the official Skyforge Twitch stream. We will be sending your account a costume that's applicable to your server, so you will need to know your in-game name as well as which server, North America or Europe. If you guys are a winner of the Collector's Edition, don't worry about that. We're going to send you the code, but if you do win a costume, we do need to know what your character name is as well as what server you are on. So just keep that in mind to send that to us afterwards. Otherwise, we won't be able to get you that costume. Alright, enough of me talking now. We can actually get this game started. So we're going to go group finder here and join. Pops immediately because we have 5 men. Our our group setup today is 2 berserkers, 1 witch, a knight, and an alchemist here. So I am running as the witch. We've got Gabe running as our berserker, and then the rest of Superior is running as the various of the classes here. Now the sort of win parameters for this is we have to defend this gun here as it attacks the large impending Mechanoid ship in the background from the invasionary waves. And it has basically 3 separate sets of energy circuits. And now if it takes too much damage, a circuit will be destroyed, and we'll have to sort of, we only get 2 circuits remaining there. So we do need to make sure that we hold off as much as possible, and we're already running in here with the first wave getting started. It is a bit random where the waves spawn. There we go. And me as a witch is very good at dealing damage in large AoE situations, as well as some decent burst. There are these sort of fields that get created here. We have to watch out for those because those will deal damage over time, and they're applicable to a certain type of affinity. So, for example, these are cold fields. If we stand in that, we'll take cold damage, and the more cold resistance we've built up through our Pantheon, the less damage we'll take from those. There's some radiation ones there in the background. I think we're waiting for the next wave. There we go. So the first waves are fairly easy. Nothing too serious here. You just got a couple of, your standard pack minions, and a couple of the assault types, a couple of DPS types here. Later on, you're going to get a lot more of specialty minions dealing with some tanks and some supports. as well as some bob mosses dropped in there as well. So I'm just doing my best here to immediately spread all my tanks around. Later on, I'm going to have to use a little bit more of my CEC to push back enemies and to chain them around so they're not attacking anybody, because there's going to be a lot of damage coming in. And as a witch, I'm really good at handling that when possible. Right. Nothing too serious in this first wave. Always pretty easy here. So we'll follow the tank when necessary. Here it comes. All right, so we got the boss set up now. The guard, rather. The first setting of the guard. My debuffs up here on the target. I do have a really strong sort of like raid-wide debuff that I can apply to the enemy that will put a shield on them, but if we break that shield, it's a curse essentially. It'll deal a lot more damage after it's broken on the target. So I think on some of the later bosses, I'm going to actually initiate that, because it's going to be really useful for burning down the boss as quickly as possible. There we go. Pretty easy enough there. We've had a little bit of practice, so we're a little prepared for what's going to go on here. Going to mount up. Took a little too much damage there. Ended up getting taken off my mount. It's alright. Which dash is best dash? Alright, so we're in here now. So far so good. First wave is down. Nothing too serious. And not all of the invasion missions are like this. Some of them are different. It depends on if you're doing a 3-man or a 5-man. And we want to continuously add different types of missions as well in the future for future invasions. We've had 2 invasions so far, so this is the Mechanoid invasion. We've also had the Fight Night invasion. There'll be Gorgonide, there'll be the Army of Death. So there are a lot of different factions that we'll be fighting against. Alright. So we want to take out the scissor arsenal when possible first here. Come on. In the wrong stance. There we go. Alright, so quickly enough, gotta watch out for all the explosions. Oh man, lost our support. I'm set up to do a lot of damage with my living helper as well as my explosion, so I'm able to do significant damage in AoE as well as single target when I need to. Just up my rotation there a little bit. Alright. Go ahead and get a little bit of my mana back here. There we go. So far so good, no problem here. More damage from living helper. Trying to time it just right so I can get as much out of my dot as possible before I detonate it for extra damage. There we go. Awesome. Good job. And I got a purple drop here too. Got a witch amulet.
Not on you.
Alright, so here's one of these. This thing here, the destroyer. We really want to focus this as quickly as possible because it does massive damage. I'm going to go ahead and put up the curse right now. Yeah, oh, there we go. Broke through the curse. Ended up doing lots of damage there. Nice. So we're going to be able to detonate this really fast. It's important that we kill that as quickly as possible. With the witch, there's a little bit of sort of startup time. You got to get 3 levels of your tank up for most situations, but then you really have a lot of sustained damage over time, which is great. Man, we're making this look easy. Earlier, well, I may be speaking a little bit too soon. Earlier, we had some trouble clearing these waves here.
I think it's because I'm here.
I think the dual berserkers are making quick work of these AoE packs combined with the witch. go. Look at those numbers. Nice explosions there. Nice. Good job. So as you do these missions here, of course, you can get some nice amulets that are purple. You'll also be able to get, of course, the tokens used for the Mechanoid sparks, which the Mechanoid sparks allow you to get special symbols as well as deal additional damage and take less damage from Mechanoid enemies, which is really useful when you do the invasion content as well as when you do some of the invasion raids and normal raids as well that are based around Mechanoids. So, for example, Operation Medea, which just came out, that isn't accessible by most players, if not all players right now. It's a little bit too high. But having that additional sort of damage from the Mechanoid Atlas is definitely going to assist greatly in dealing with all these waves and dealing with the various enemies that you're going to face within that raid. We're doing a good job here of knocking down enemies. With Skyforge, CC is a big part even in PvE, because you want to make sure to chain these guys as much as possible so that they don't deal some of their larger damaging attacks. We're making this look pro right now. All right.
In between this wave, how about we go ahead and give away another collector's edition?
Let's do it, man.
Let's make the word pro team, all one word.
Pro team, guys. Not protein. Pro team. And that'll be for both a collector's edition, guys, and a costume. So keep that in mind. We are acing this so far. No problem. Where's the next wave going to come from? Here? Oh. There's some looming. What's nice is that this event can take place in multiple times a day as well. Like right now it's a little dark. It can be earlier in the day. There's some different sort of effects that happen. Alright, so we go for the Striker Arsenal first. Oh man, Symbol saving the day. Okay. Oh, Baron
wow.
ends up going down there. Gotta watch out for the large explosions. I'm in the wall. Alright, that guy's down. Go back to this. If you end up going down here, there is a respawn, so you don't completely wipe. If you die, if everybody dies, they'll be able to respawn, but the enemies will make it their way to the actual gun and to destroy those energy circuits.
Well, while I have some time, I'll go ahead and announce the winners.
Sure, go ahead, man.
All right, winner of the collector's edition is Darum. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Daramatul, and the biker costume goes to Mr. Fester. I don't know how to pronounce this guy.
Congrats, Mr. Fester and Daramatul. So the biker costume, Mr. Fester, you will have to send in a message to us with your IGN and your server so that we can get that for you. But congratulations, man. All right, I'm going to stack this up a little bit here. Then I'm going to use that opportunity to gain a little bit more mana. Perfecto. My Living Helper, I've got a lot of amulets that deal additional damage from my Living Helper, so I want to use that as much as possible here. I've got a nice sort of half and half between AoE damage and single target damage with Living Helper. Plus my Taint deals additional 22% damage. Got myself another Witch Amulet, nice. Coming over here for the next wave. Here it comes. Oh, we got a Destroyer here. Alright, I'm waiting for everybody to get here, then we'll do all their buffs. Oh, here comes the buffs. There's the... He's already through it. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's dead. Easy. No problem there. Gotta watch out for all the AoE circles to stand in, though. Take a little damage over time. See a bunch of Mechanoid queues coming in, flying in.
Interesting little fun fact people might not notice. During the invasion, you'll, depending on the map you're on, you'll actually see ships from the invading armies zoom overhead. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, we try to add a little bit more immersion effects when possible to this thing, so, you know, it actually feels like an invasion. Alright, I'm going for the Retharius Carver here. I don't know what the rest of the group's going for, but it seems to be the big baddie in the room currently. There we go. Need some mana there. Gonna go ahead and do my ritual here while those dots tick. Oh, there we go. Got a nice crit there at the end. Awesome. A lot of groups here. So this is the perfect opportunity where I might want to switch over here and knock them back just slightly. Get them all clumped up a little bit more. Gain a little more. I think I'm right outside of that field. Yeah, I'm just barely inside that field. No problem. This is like, we're just making this like so easy. It's like no problem whatsoever. Got several guys in the 60 to 70k range prestige, so I'm sure that's helping a little bit. I myself, I'm sitting at 59, and then Gabe here is sitting at 41,000. There is a little bit of prestige scaling happening here. But Superior is one of the top Pantheons in the North American Skyforge area, so I would expect them to do well. Oh! Looks like we lost someone on the call. It's alright. See which wave is next, man. We're doing perfect here. We were down to just one energy circuit when we cleared it last. It'd be awesome if we got the S rank here. Get a special costume in invasions for achieving S rank. Oh, right side. So this time they're getting a little bit closer here. Notice they started last time back there. Gonna go for the Matrix first here. Oh, I put the... This guy's trying to make his way up here. What was that?
A little hiccup with my internet connection. I'll be right back in.
Oh, Rory's here. We can do this with 4-man. We got this. Oh, getting a little bit up. I can switch back. Gonna need mana though. Gonna get a mana here. Oh, our tank's down. Tank's down. All right. Knock those guys back a little bit here. Got one guy here in the corner trying to deal with. As much taint out as possible. So they are making their way in. They are attacking. They'll generally go for it. They will go for you, but when they get into this area, they start trying to focus. Let's see if I can push them back now. There we go. This just went from a walk in the park to bedlam. There we go. I need mana here, so I'm gonna wait for that. Oh. See if I can get a better angle here. What we're focusing here. them back a little more. Watch out for the explosions. How are we doing on this side? Got a couple we're dealing with. Alright, alright. Spread that out some. Knock them down. Dude, great job at Amigo Machete there for mitigating a lot of that damage with the night barrier. He's able to reflect a lot of that back towards the enemies here. Gonna charm them just slightly. I think we made it through this wave, guys. 154,000 crit. I like that. I think we got this, guys. Awesome. Nice. So we cleared that. Now we got an attack from the west, the north, and the south coming in 3 minutes. It's gonna be pretty hefty here. We gotta quickly move down here already. Looks like we got a change here. I think Duel ended up going either Duel or I can't see who it is. Duel or Baron ended up going kinetic. Got some fields coming down on us. Where's the next one? So these with these invasion 5-mans, you deal a lot with burst damage. You know, large groups of enemies. You have to make sure to time your damaging buffs as well as your crowd control and your mitigation, because you'll have these moments where you just have to fight them inside some of these fields sometimes. So you're gonna be taking some passive damage alongside the damage they do, as well as their abilities, which you saw earlier can sometimes one-shot them, depending on which enemies you are fighting. All right, cast in my curse. Not curse, sorry, I was casting my taint.
Scared me for a second there.
Yeah. Alright, easy enough. Go ahead and get some. Why get on a mount when you can just, you know, just witch all the way around? Just witch things. Mounts are so overrated.
Right, who likes mounts?
Yeah, you can just witch halfway across the screen. It's awesome. One of the witch's more iconic features. Lots of mobility here. I am slowed by the cold. Ugh. So we're dealing with basic waves here. Waves can stack up, as you'll notice here. There's about a 50 seconds remaining before we get an attack from a lot of different angles at once. It's important that we clear these as quickly as possible. Here comes the special. Alright, we're going to do the curse. Cursing up. Curse is up. I think it was a little too slow. Oh no, we got it. Whew. Alright. Cast all the things. Living Helper, there we go. Got it. Duel almost. Oh, Duel did end up dying there. But we got it. Hey, we got it. Nice. We ended up killing that at the very end. That was smooth as possible, guys. That was super smooth, like butter. Managed to go ahead and get rid of all of that. Not bad. Ooh, I'm missing a purple amulet down here. Gonna go ahead and pick that up here. And then let's see what rank we got. S rank. Awesome. Scored ourselves an S rank there. Good job to Superior there for getting that clear. Really, it's just all about controlling and dealing that massive burst damage when possible and sort of overlaying your buffs so that you're able to capitalize on that. You know, that went so smooth that I'm hard. Oh, 200 Mechanoid sparks as well. Just gets so good, guys. Some trophy fragments, lots of good stuff there coming out of that. Let's see here. Let's see what I got in my bag.
Well, you take a look at the bag, not to interrupt. Let's give away another collector's edition costume, why don't we?
Let's do it.
Alright, let's make it Mechanoids defeated, 2 words.
Mechanoids defeated, guys. 2 words. So I got some 3474 proficiency amulets here. Living Helper inflicts 1013 more damage, and Explosion of Darkness inflicts 1243 more damage if there are 3 levels of taint stacked. So if we look at my actual equipment, you'll notice that I had some of these already slotted here. Mainly dealing with dealing additional damage from Extermination, Explosions with stacks of taint. And then I also coupled that with Explosion of Darkness, doing additional damage with Living Helper. So I had basically 2 types of amulets I was running that gave me that primary source of burst damage that I was looking for. I also managed to get the Sage outfit here, which I can add for getting the S rank. So that is what you can get here in this color variation by actually completing this particular S rank invasion. There are different ones for different invasions that you can get as well. Mechanoids defeated. Lots of comments. Lots of people doing well. You know, I'm curious here. Let's see. What do we've got available? No, we've cleared that. We can't quite do the other one available to us right now. We don't have the necessary resistances. As you can see, Lending a Hand is a 3-man that requires 300 resistance for electricity. And then this requires 300 as well. So once everybody gets 300 resistance, we'll be able to do the harder 5-man inside the actual Mechanoid ship. Same with the Integrator. This thing takes 300 cold resistance, 300 radiation, and 700 electrical resistance as well. So it's quite a doozy to get to that point there. So yeah, we can do. We have a couple options here. We have a full group. We can do another 5-man. The other 5-man for the invasion is on an alternate day, so you can't quite do it right now. But we can certainly do a 5-man within a group, or we can queue up for an Operation Isabella, which I would love to do with these guys. If you guys are down, duel. You let me know what you guys are up for.
Yeah, I'm up for anything.
All right, so I'll let you take the lead on that duel if you want to queue us up for that, for either a 5-man of your choice or the Operation Isabella, whichever one you feel your group is ready for the most. But otherwise,
I think we'd have better odds in Fort Darlick.
Okay. Understandable.
Who knows what the other 5 people would be, or if we'd even get them in Group Finder.
Sure thing, no problem. So we're going to do Fort Dialect here.
While we're loading in, congratulations to Civid Kyle for getting Collector's Edition and Velgor for the biker costume.
Congratulations, guys. Collector's Edition and a nice biker's costume here. So when we get a moment here and we've killed these guys, I'll go ahead and take you through the Mechanoid Invasion Atlas again so you can see what I do with my sparks. Push that guy back just for good measure.
No, it's cool, guys. Just go on ahead without me. It's fine.
Are you not in here? Oh, there you are. Ah, you're coming. You got it. So yeah, 1 second here while I show off the Atlas real quick. So we got some Mechanoid sparks. If I go to the Mechanoid Atlas here, you'll notice I have 200 now to spend. And if I look in here, you'll notice that, you know, there's some standardized things in here that you can get. Bonus Valor, bonus Stamina, like your normal Atlas. But you also can get these here, which are Mechanoid specific. This case, Mechanoid Vulnerability. Your knowledge of the weak spots in the Mechanoid defenses increases your damage to them by up to 10%, depending on how many of these nodes within the entire Atlas you've unlocked. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock this one so I deal additional damage to them. That means with this one over here as well, I'm up to 5%. And then, let's see, there also are just individual symbols as well that you can unlock. For example, reinforced shield power is increased by 4% for each level of this symbol. And then quantum capacity over here increases the impulse damage by 12%, but reduces your recovery rate by 5%. So it's a slight nerf to your recovery, but your overall impulse damage is much higher. I think I'm going to go ahead and work towards that over here. So I'm just going to unlock a little bit more of my Atlas, and that's going to be what I do for now. All right.
Did you mention Might of Other Worlds?
I did not mention Might of Other Worlds. I did mention that in our Aliens call update, but Might of the Other Worlds is a specific symbol that you can get, basically, which will increase your overall proficiency with Might, and that basically makes Might a really strong stat by getting multiples of that. So this area here is overrun by Gorgonides. These Viper Assassins are part of the Gorgonide army. The overall Gorgonide army is comprised mainly of a patriarchal society, or matriarchal society rather, I should say. The women are in charge. That's why you see a huntress right here. Skyforge, you know, we break some gender roles. We try to make it, you know, not all armies are run by men. Women can run armies too. Pretty, you know, the Gorgonides are no joke, really. Lots of explosions there as a witch. Got them. Nice. Alright. So we've got two guys here, Toxic and Nikos. Toxis and Nikos, rather. Let's charge this up. Spread that. Oh man. The damage is real, guys. We're going into this with the super hardcore nature. We gotta watch out for Nikos over there, trying to do some shenanigans. Make sure to time this enough. Oh man! Gotta get one of these HP barrels. There we go. Oh man! It's getting wrecked by archer ability. All right. Nice. Got the alchemist heal going on here. Definitely useful. Switch back over there. I could have exploded. I should have actually exploded there for maximum damage, but let's go ahead and channel my living helper here a little bit. Explosion. There we go. Doing it right, down to 5 bars. And use this opportunity to channel while my dots tick a little bit. There we go. Nice boss fight there. Got a little bit hairy there during the archer phase, but we made it. So good, guys. Congrats. Keep moving forward here. Let's go ahead and use this opportunity really quickly as we move forward. Gabe, do you mind giving out another couple costumes? Just costumes this time.
Sure. I'll actually put this into my question I was about to ask you. Let's make the word living helper. Let me get that set up quick, and then I'll ask you my question.
All right.
Actually, living helper, 2 words. Michael, I've noticed this come up a lot during this stream and last stream. Do you want to explain your choice of living helper? Because they're quite curious.
Do some people not like that? Some people not like my choice?
Some people are curious about your choices. Some people.
Guys, I like channeling it. Okay, like, why you gotta hate? Like, this is how I play. I mean, if I want, I could just do single target damage, I suppose. I'm not proclaiming to be the person who designed the witch or the best theory crafter at all, but I tend to like it for single target damage. You know, maybe I need to have one of the pro witch players tell me exactly.
It's actually a really good boss skill.
Yeah.
So.
See, guys, there you go. It's a good boss skill. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm the CM, guys. Come on. There's never a time when players know better than developers, right? Awesome. Cool. Living helper. Everybody's spamming that in chat. Yeah, I'm actually curious to see what people like to do better instead of than living helper in sort of single target scenarios specifically. Go ahead and charge this up here.
Alright, I think I have our winners. If you're ready to do it. Let's go ahead and say, alright, congratulations to 1-4 Life for getting Collector's Edition this time, and Blood Drunk Reaper for getting the biker costume.
Congratulations, guys. Remember, if you won the costume, we do need your in-game name sent to us.
And your server, don't forget that.
And your server. Sorry, I lost my train of thought here trying to do the damage. Alright. Did we get this one? Someone's already getting it. Cool. Whoa, there we go. Liking those crits. Nice. Kinetic gloves, Gorgonide trophy fragments. Gotta watch out for the hypnotic hydras. What was that?
If you want to look up where we're at right now and get a nice little view of the base we're going after.
Oh yeah, forgot to do that. Yeah, so yeah, that's where we're headed over here. We're sort of like making our way inside this giant fortress of a base. Thanks for reminding me to do that.
Apparently, Valena got a little stuck over there.
Oh.
I'll go assist. Give me a second.
Let's see if we can help her.
There we go.
There we go. Good job. All right. Pushing our way inside.
Wait, guys.
Wait. Oh, pack behind. Forgot about the last one. I'm gonna take out the gate sentries. Cool.
So Spunky, I think someone in the chat's also noticed. Can you give any hints for what other classes you plan on playing other than Witch on stream?
Yeah, sorry, I've been playing a lot of Witch in this stream. I know that. During the next stream, for sure, I'll be playing some of the monk. I know I haven't really shown off too much of the monk. I think I've done it a little bit during one of our Crucible of the Gods stream. I'll also be doing some of the knight and the alchemist as well in the actual support and tank roles. I'll be doing those for things like, you know, more 5-man, upper 5-mans, as well as invasion content. We really want to start showing you guys a lot of more of the upper level content you guys can look forward to once you get a little bit higher prestige. So I will be doing that for sure. And apologies that I'm just running the Witch right now. We do want to show off all of the main sort of classes that we haven't got to play too much in some of the streams. Laser beams. Guys, just let me know when you're ready for the curse. And then I'll post it up on the boss. Ooh, here it comes.
Curse now.
Okay, cursing now. Screw you guys. Oh man, I was gonna say screw you guys. I'm using 11 health but then I dashed. Oops. There we go. Nice, like a little explosion there to finish everything off. Got a witch amulet. Nice. Cool, cool. I will show you what symbols I'm using. I'm actually not running what I think I would use in most ideal situations. I'm kind of just running what I have on this character for this stream specifically, but I'll show you that right after here. Using the turret there to great effect. Nice. Awesome.
Mine.
Got it. Knock those back, my bad. All right. Doing pretty well so far. Gonna need some more mana here. There we go. Nice. Awesome, guys. Good job. Bomb detonated. Now here comes the attackers. I see some questions specifically sent to me. Sorry guys, it's hard for me to read the comments while also doing the same time right now. I will try to get to some of your questions right after this to better help to answer your questions better. You're asking whether or not the 100 bonus class sparks are meant to count towards the spark cap or not. I need to check on that because I know we're having a little bit of issues where it's actually sometimes not giving out the class sparks and instead giving credits. So I want to check on the functionality altogether just to make sure I'm clear on that and clear on what's supposed to be happening, because it seems like there may be a bug or two at play. So I do want to get that clarified for you guys, and I will do that as soon as I can. Dual laser beams just make... It's just OP. Why do you have immortals when you got these stationary turrets, you know? Just defend the world with stationary turrets.
Yeah, let's just replace the Celestial Fortress with turrets.
Yeah, just stationary turrets, you know?
Yep.
Get a little bit of charm going there. I've got an amulet going where basically if my 2 skill here, if it actually hits more than 3 enemies at a time, it'll increase the duration by 0.5 seconds for each enemy. So you get situations where you get huge clumps of enemies and it just keeps stacking and rolling more and more damage over time. See, what the Gorgonide's problem here is that they're not in turrets. That's why we're having... You know, if they only like, sat in their own turrets, I think they would have a much harder time killing us. Or a much easier time.
Just don't tell them that.
Yeah, just... No one make any mention of that. $93,000 damage, I like. Awesome. Good job. All right. So you want me to... Let's do this curse right off the bat here. I'll use my ultimate as well.
Wait, I don't know if curse even works on this.
Oh yeah, on this guy? Okay.
It's only
I said we
turrets
tried
on...
anyway.
We could
maybe
try.
I could, thinking maybe I could add an extra mechanic at play there. That's cool. Shoot the lasers. It's on 18% here. Or 18 bars rather. So you gotta watch out for the little bombs that he spawns. End up doing damage to you if you're still in it. I got the knight going out there to tank them all together and pull them away. There's some fire up there on that one as well. Oh, he's out. He's coming to me. For the ads, get rid of them. Let's see if I can put this curse up on him. Curse is up. not enough damage for the curse. Alright. It's down. On the ground now. Get him into the corner. There's no ducking and weaving in corners. There we go. Good job, guys. Awesome there. Got another witch amulet here. And managed to finish that in just 22 minutes there with just a standard rating. Not bad. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for helping out with that. It's pretty great. Okay. Now that we've completed that, let's go ahead and do, I believe, Gabe, you have 1 or 2 collector's editions left? I know you have quite a number.
We've got 1 left.
1 collector's edition. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and do the last collector's edition giveaway. Yeah, let's make it about the fort. Let's put the fort name in there, guys.
What is the fort name, Spunky?
Well, if you need a reminder, I'll go ahead and show it here. Fort Darlek here is the name. So just put in Fort Darlek, 2 words. You'll be able to go ahead and jump in and get a chance to win a collector's edition. And we're also going to, of course, give out a costume as well. So first of all, Fort Darlek. Second of all, we have, of course, the costume. And then after this is over, we'll take just a couple minutes here really quickly to, I have no idea how well I do. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, I see how this is going. I'm sorry, bro. I should have lost track of him. Okay. What? There. Here we go. No, 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 no. Ah. Sorry, I feel like I could have done that way better had I actually been trying to use the right stance. I completely freaked out there. And I got owned for that. So props to you, bro, for doing a good job. Well, you're also 74,000 prestige. That would make sense. Alright, here. Let's do this here.
Alright, well, while you get defeated again,
Okay.
congratulations to Lee Henv, if I'm saying that right. You won a collector's edition, and Caroline Kira, who got the biker costume. So, Caroline Kira, be sure to send us a Twitch message with your name and server.
I couldn't dash out of the way. Those the slimes were keeping me in place. Couldn't do anything like that. So name and server sent to us. And who was the winner again? I'm sorry, Gabe.
Sorry, you were busy. Lee Henv and Caroline Kira.
Good job there, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, guys. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a couple of minutes here real quickly then to just answer some questions you guys might have. Again, really appreciate the Pantheon Superi for helping us out and doing the invasion content, as well as that 5-man. I really appreciate it, guys, here. Gabe's
a lot
just
of fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Gabe's just being a raid boss. As
Yeah,
per
well,
usual.
81k prestige. It's my best option.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, so let's answer some questions. And I believe we have a couple of costumes left to give out here, and we'll give out those costumes throughout the Q&A. And Gabe, how many costumes we have left to give out here? How many?
Can you remind me how many we had total?
We had 10 total.
And we have 4 or 5 left.
All right, so let's get some 4 or 5 questions here, and we'll give out those. Let's see here. Let's see. So here's one from Technics. He says, can we ever expect some changes to the credit cap? Right now it's very punishing for free-to-play players. So this is something that we've sort of spoken recently about with the developers, especially after the recent catch-up system has been implemented. They are looking into it. They're looking into potential ways to address that, to make it fair, so that players don't feel, especially catch-up players, don't feel that they're sort of gimped like that. That may have implications, larger implications for everyone else. It's a little bit too early to say exactly. But as soon as there's some more information regarding that, I will let you know. Or if there's anything to come of that, I will let you know. Another comment, so that was from Technics there, so go ahead and send him a, or rather Technics, you'll need to send us your in-game name as well as your server for that costume. Here's one that you can answer, Gabe. Pickish is asking, what is the story of the Gorgonide? I know we're going to have some official lore posts about the Gorgonide in the future, but maybe you can shed a little bit of light on them just in general right now.
I'd have to, can you give me 1 minute to get some more details?
Sure.
Cool. Go ahead, next question, I'll get to it.
He's going to pull up all his lore information there for them. Let's see. Any plans for new classes, Lichstar? Yes, there are plans for new classes. Not saying really when these classes are going to come out. Classes take a long time to develop. There's a lot that goes into them, and we want to make sure that when we do develop a class, we're developing it for an area of Skyforge that hasn't been addressed. So, maybe more supports or more tanks. We're looking into making sure to make a class that really fits into a specific style of play. And we're going to go for there. So yes, we are working on doing that, but no ETA on when any of that will be revealed. Let's see.
I think I can answer that now. I just had to make sure I wasn't getting too many things confused.
Sure, go ahead, Game.
Right, so yeah, the Gorgonides, they're originally from a planet that's like, it's very like rich in resources and water, kind of similar to Aelion, but they've very aggressively civilized it to the point where it's their ecosystem got completely ruined, and so that's kind of why they're going out to get new places. And originally their ruler kind of sneakily took control over the other immortals through political power and all that fun stuff. But then she discovered faith, which is like not a resource unique, like being immortal, and faith is not a unique resource to Aelion. That's something within the Skyforge universe that applies to everyone essentially. All right. So after that, she just kind of took control completely. But their main reason for attacking us, and I know Michael, you got a giggle out of this before. They want to capture the male population and put them into slavery due to their matriarchal society, and yeah, so.
What do they want to do with the females? I guess they just want to kill them, right? Like,
pretty much. Their only real interest in the male is just the slavery purposes. Like, they don't really have any preference for the females. They're just kind of citizens, I guess. So
yeah,
just kinda...
they'll just be absorbed into the society, and they'll be put on the pedestal, and then the males will only make 70%, of what a female will make.
Yes.
Economy joke, haha. No.
Topical humor. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, who asked that question? I didn't catch the name.
I believe I'll have to go through. Mods can help with that. I'll have to scroll through to get the exact name again. And there's been so many questions I've gone through here. Let's see. Will there be a prestige cap, and will there be any pets from Amar Bap? Amar Bap with a BAAP and then an underscore between Amar and Bap. There will be, or sorry, there is not going to be a prestige cap. As far as pets, that is something that the developers know players have been asking a lot about. We don't really have any information to share really concerning about pets right now, but we do understand the sort of like appeal of vanity items like pets or just cosmetic things like that. So I wouldn't really rule it out. I just would say there's no real definitive plans that we can unveil right now regarding that specifically. We do want to add more vanity stuff, though, that isn't directly related to combat and stuff. Will we ever take the fight to other planets? It's a little too early to talk about that, guys. A little too early to talk about that. Certainly, you know, these other planets that are filled with different races and whatnot have a lot to offer to the citizens of Aelion. Right now, we're sort of concerned mainly with just defending Aelion against the creatures from those planets attacking us. But I wouldn't say it would be too far-fetched to think that in the future, we potentially would leave this planet for sure. Let's see here. Are we going to do anything about the quote-unquote broken prestige scaling system? There are changes to prestige scaling coming in, I believe, the next update. So we will have some changes that will create more of a dynamic bracketing system, make it a little bit closer for players playing, but also give it some leeway so that you know, you're not back to the pre-prestige scaling system where it took forever to find a group. So it still will you know, be pretty easy for you to get a group in there, but it'll be much closer to what you would expect around your prestige range. So we are working to implement that, and that should be available in the next update, hopefully. Yes. So that was from Joff16S. So Joff16S. So I think we have room for one last question and one last costume to give out. Again, guys, if you guys are getting your questions answered, remember to send in a message with your IGN and your server so we can get you set up. So if you hear your name called and you hear your message answered, put that in, please. Let's see here. Will getting divine specialization be tied with becoming a higher god from world creator? So certainly that part of your progression is going to be tied into your overall progression as a you know, god going towards elder form. You do need that to get into those really unique specializations and really progress your god form to the next level. Because there's going to be things in there that really bump up your god form damage. They're going to reduce the cost of your god form. In terms of getting into, you know, certain content with your god form, like anomalies or invasions or raids, it will significantly reduce that. So the specializations will sort of be that part of the ongoing process of perfecting your god form and getting towards that elder god form. That being said, we're also looking to implement other ways to gain faith, because we do understand the sort of like weekly quest right now doesn't give you a lot of faith very quickly, obviously, and we want players to be able to generate that a little bit faster. So we are looking right now into ways to boost that through other different types of activities or events in game. I'm going to go ahead and take one last question. This question unfortunately won't be for a costume, but I will answer it because I know I just see a lot of questions there and a lot of people asking about that. I see Gabe has given me god form here in the meantime. Let's see here. All right. I see one from Velgor about communities getting removed and not restored. I know there are some ongoing issues with certain communities having like different names or maybe not appearing for some players. This is something that I know support and IT have been working on continuously. I don't have any specific information or details to add or to share about that right now. I just know that it is something that has been an ongoing issue that we've worked out some of the bugs and kinks for. But if there's any outstanding issues with that, I do recommend and encourage you to contact support, because typically they're probably going to be able to help you on a more intimate level with determining what exactly is happening with there and looking into anything that they could potentially do. Let's see here. Professor Legend says, will there be any way or another way to get into invasion without being in a Pantheon? So right now it is sort of required for you to get into most invasion content for you to be in a Pantheon. You can get a little bit of those initial resistances without being, but it is pretty much, you know, specific to that. We have a lot of content tied to the Pantheon system, but we do want to make sure that even if you're in a smaller Pantheon, you can get to that content and unlock it. That's why we recently made changes to some of the resource cost requirements of you know, energy costs for some of the ether projectors and the distortion buildings and such, just to make it a little bit easier so you can start getting to that point of progression. Right now I can't say that there's any plans to not make it require a Pantheon, but that is something that I'll touch with the developers and see if they have anything in store that they would like to share. Will we ever implement an option to disable double tap to dash? Yes, they are working to implement that. I cannot give a definitive ETA, but we do want to implement that for sure. Will there be more events with community staff managers in-game? Yes, there will be. We're working on one right now. Hopefully you guys will see that sometime next week or within the coming weeks. But yeah, we do want to have regular events in-game where you guys participate with us on a grander scale and do regular events on a weekly basis almost, if possible. Let's see here. Will there be more dancey modes from Siren GGTV? That is something we see a lot of requests for. I just put in, made sure to reiterate to the developers that we want to get more dances in, get more variety in that, so they are aware of that, and that will be something that our team looks into. Let's see. Are there any way to get a permanent mount without paying? Yes. So if you rent a mount in game, I believe 10 times, you'll be able to get that mount permanently. So you can just rent it with the in-game currency, and after you do it a certain amount of times, you will be able to get it permanently. That being said, the mount only, their mounts are time-based, but they're only timed for when you're actually using it. So if it's put away, you're not going to lose it over time. You're only going to use that time up as you continuously use that mount. What made water so deadly that it kills any gods that dip over the hips? Honestly, man, I think it's just all that ether energy inside of them. It makes them like dense as a rock, and they just drop to the bottom. The normal the normal players of Aelion or normal citizens of Aelion, they don't have that ether energy, right? They didn't become an immortal, but it's a little bit of a downside there. When you become immortal, you basically become the inner stone, and you can't really wade through water too much. That's my explanation right now for that. All right, any plans for open world PvP map? That's something, again, that we've seen a lot of players ask for. We are investigating that potentially. I cannot say anything more than that right now, but I do understand that, we understand that players are looking for more dynamic PvP options, God form PvP. These are all things we're exploring and looking into how we could potentially implement. So a lot of that stuff, a lot of your good ideas, we've been really sharing with the team and really talking about which ones would be the best to add to Skyforge and which ones we feel would be some of the more interesting content to add sooner rather than later. So we've kind of been trying to prioritize that behind the scenes some. All right. So I think that's going to go ahead and let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off right there for the questions. There's plenty more I know I didn't get to, guys, and I try to get to as many unique and new questions as possible each week, while also answering some of the ones I know a lot of players have questions about regularly. If you guys have any other questions, I'll do my best to answer them on the forums, either I or Gabe. Or any of the other players who have the answer for that, if it's not something specific for the community managers themselves. But I do appreciate all of you coming out here for the stream. I appreciate you guys sticking around, asking such awesome questions, and getting all these awesome prizes to boot. So I will see you guys. I'm going to be actually headed to TwitchCon. We're going to be headed to TwitchCon starting tomorrow. So if you guys are going to be watching TwitchCon or you're going to be there at TwitchCon, I definitely recommend you come say hi or check our official Twitter, because that's where we'll be tweeting where we're at currently if you want to meet up with us, or maybe just look on the actual official live streams for Twitch during TwitchCon. Maybe you'll see me walking around there with the official Skyforge shirt on. If you come up to me at TwitchCon, if you're actually going to be there, we'll have some swag to give out as well, so just be there and we'll hang out, guys. We'll say hello, we'll chat up. All right, that's going to be it for me now. I will see you guys for the next live stream next week, where we do more entertaining things within Skyforge. And until then, we'll see you later. Thanks again to Superi and to Gabe for coming on this as well. And we'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, guys.